He may not be the biggest Transformer on the block, but don't count him out. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're bringing you the origins and history of Bumblebee, the brave Autobot warrior first introduced in 1984 when the Transformers made their historic debut.
Oh my god, what are you?
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. The Transformers franchise has gone through numerous iterations, from cartoons to comics to live-action movies. Across every version, certain faces have become mainstays, and the Autobot scout Bumblebee is no exception. The diminutive warrior first appeared in the very first wave of Transformers toys and media, a repackaged version of a Japanese toy from the Microchange line.
They weren't known as Bumblebee and Megatron and Soundwave at that point. They were Microcar, Gunrobo, and Cassette Man.
One of the smallest toys in the line, Bumblebee transformed from a pudgy little robot into a yellow VW Beetle. When Bumblebee first appeared on the Transformers cartoon, he was characterized as the Autobot scout, using his small size and fuel efficiency to find fuel sources for his comrades.
I bet Optimus Prime will be glad to see us.
After the Autobots and Decepticons arrived on Earth and Bumblebee got his Volkswagen vehicle mode, he quickly made friends with the Autobots' human ally, Spike.
Hey, I want to go along. Can I, Bumblebee?
Sure. Just leave the driving to me.
This role as the best buddy to the human lead would follow Bumblebee through his many incarnations. After all, the idea of a cool robot who can be your best pal is a pretty appealing one. Over time, many of the classic characters were phased out in order to shine a spotlight on new characters with new toys. Bumblebee, however, continued to make appearances in the cartoon throughout its later years. Eventually, he was even rebuilt into a new form after being critically damaged.
I'm better than ever! Look at this new paint job! I've gone beyond being just plain old Bumblebee. I'm a gold bug!
After this, he changed his name to Goldbug to reflect his new look. Bumblebee was largely absent from Transformers media throughout the 90s and early 2000s, with shows like Transformers Armada replacing him with the brash warrior Hotshot, who was similarly young and yellow, but not really the same character. Bee eventually returned to prominence in 2007 when Michael Bay's first live-action Transformers movie hit screens, but this wasn't your dad's Bumblebee. The new version of the character was a battle-hardened Autobot warrior, one rendered mute after his voice modulator was damaged. Instead of speaking, this Bumblebee would use music and audio clips to communicate.
What was that last night? What was that?
Message from Starfleet.
Throughout the inanimate vastness of space.
Down like visitors from heaven.
He still had moments of lighthearted innocence, but the eager young cadet of the classic cartoon was gone, replaced by a powerful warrior more than ready to throw down with the Decepticons. His alternate mode was even changed from the puffy Volkswagen to a rough and tumble Chevrolet Camaro. In the live-action movies, Bumblebee was sent to Earth to find and protect Sam, the holder of a pair of unique glasses that contained the location of the Allspark, an ancient Cybertronian artifact. Like his old-school counterpart, Bumblebee formed a close bond with his new human ally, and the two remained inseparable for the 3 initial films.
Get in the garage. Go! I'm about to have a nervous breakdown. Just go in the garage quietly, please.
Subsequent versions of Bumblebee have largely stuck to one mold or the other. Transformers Animated had a version of the character largely modeled after the classic cartoon, with a fully voiced Bumblebee acting as the Autobots' eager junior cadet.
Can all she's do that?
Meanwhile, the Transformers Prime cartoon stuck to the mute warrior template laid down by the movies.
No problem.
The Transformers franchise is all about change. But the more things change, the more they stay the same. And the continued presence of this fan-favorite character proves that it isn't always a bad thing.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good, thanks.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Watch Mojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.